shopping center, one of those big indoor malls.
What are they doing? Why do they come here?
Some kind of instinct, memory, what they used to do. This was an important place in their lives.
For many people, the opportunity to report their neighbours to the authorities for the most banal activities is a dream come true.
Your ass is grass. Right. Do you understand? And if
I'm done with this shit.
So,
tell me who
be
your
looking out for
parents
those
are.
cops.
All right, I will. I'll be looking out for those cops.
Sheltered in place. Go ahead, put me on social media. You're a little pup. Seriously? Seriously, I called the cops.
All right, Karen. Some dude in California called the cops on his neighbour because he heard him sneezing indoors. Just been out for my walk. Park was absolutely packed with people in groups and or sunbathing. Police turned up. Good. Just off to the park so I can tweet my disapproval of people who have gone to the park. Virtually every country now has a snitch hotline where you can grass up social distancing dissidents. And there you were thinking martial law would be enforced by the police and the military. But in Berlin, Germany, when it comes to the lockdown law, a certain demographic seems to be exempt. Imagine my shock. That's not social distancing, is it? Yeah, seems to be a theme emerging here. Clapping the NHS is the new changing your profile pic to the flag of the country that was just terror attacked. NHS clappers in 10 years' time be like, time to sacrifice my firstborn son to this faceless institution to show how virtuous I am. The same people applauding the NHS from their balconies were there 2 days later in the same place with all their friends having a massive barbecue party. That's not social distancing. Can we have a day where we all lean out of the window and boo China? No?
It's gonna turn into thank me for my service, and it's gonna get real obnoxious real quick when we're gonna have, 7-day-a-week government-mandated clapathons, and they're gonna walk around entitled thinking their shit don't stink.
Mullahs claim the only way to defeat coronavirus is through jihad. Clerics call on us to pray. And as Theodore Dalrymple writes, back during the plague, there were long processions of self-flagellating penitents through the streets who no doubt thought that the blood that they drew from themselves and the pain that they suffered would abate the epidemic by causing God to relent. I wonder what institution we've deified to levels of such zealous religiosity that it requires total adoring fealty and punishment of blasphemers to be maintained at all times. It's on the tip of my tongue. Just can't seem to think of it.
I prefer really not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble. in big trouble, and I don't want to be in big trouble.
Who knew our generation's Pearl Harbor would be so insipidly cringeworthy? Instead of hoarding food stamps and cigarettes, we're hoarding Ocado grocery delivery slots. I mean, tens of thousands of people dead is really bad, but at what point will we look back and realise the enormous scale of the damage caused by millions of normies discovering TikTok and Instagram Live?
One of the best videos on the internet right now.
Weekend warning, stay at home, even in the sunshine, or people will die! Okay, Doomer.
People will only be allowed to leave their home for the following very limited purposes. 1 form of exercise a day.
Right. Let's see which one of us can touch his toes. 1, 2... 6079 Smith W. Yes, you. Bend lower. You're not trying.
Derbyshire police dyed this lagoon black because people were gathering there in violation of the government's social distancing rules. Oi mate, you got a licence for that lagoon. And now we're being socially engineered to accept that this is all the new normal. Meanwhile, when it comes to house... Insufferable celebrities appear to be struggling with the concept of not having any attention for 5 whole minutes.
Hi, my name is Chris.
And for some, it's just too much.
I found myself having these incredible sort of spikes of anxiety. I found it tougher than I ever thought I would.
Dude, you live in an 8,600 square foot, $10 million LA mansion, which is located on a 20,000 square foot estate with a massive garden and swimming pool. Most people would love to be quarantined in there for a month. Celebrities. Guys, we're all in this together. If I can stay home, so can you. Their home. Our home. Greta Thunberg says it's extremely likely she has had coronavirus. Didn't actually take a test to prove it though. Interesting. Kathy Griffin said she likely had coronavirus but couldn't get a test and blamed Trump. Turned out she didn't have coronavirus but still Orange Man bad. Gwyneth Paltrow has hinted she's feeling sexually frustrated while in coronavirus isolation with her husband Brad Falchuk. And she put that on YouTube. Imagine being so starved of attention you're willing to publicly humiliate your own spouse as an impotent limp dick just to get back in the headlines. And generally speaking, the sanity of femoids trapped in quarantine seems to be fraying at the edges.
Use this time to create and get abs and write a novel and be amazing and make a podcast and learn a language and be... Shut up! Shut up!
Social media influencers face uncertain times as multi-billion-dollar revenue streams dry up. Marcel Flores knew things had changed when Ralph Lauren cancelled the fragrance launch the 28-year-old model had planned to attend this month in Hawaii. Patrick Janelle is facing cancelled brand ambassador ski trips and music festivals. The world's smallest violin plays. Hundreds of journalists are being laid off right when the public needs them the most. Won't somebody think of the poor journalists? Oh, you mean the same journalists who said for 2 months straight, it's just the flu, bro? Yeah, we really need them. Let's take a look at this graph here. Very, very interesting stuff. These are the US unemployment claims in their historical context. US weekly initial jobless claims. Let's take a look at this graph here. Very interesting. You see the line there go, oh, shit. Despite unemployment claims mirroring Great Depression levels, for OnlyFans, coronavirus has been a goldmine. For the prostitution platform that created a generation of pitiful simps and rapacious thoughts, Business is booming. OnlyFans reporting 3.5 million new sign-ups in March, 60,000 of them new creators. Hey, schools and colleges are closed indefinitely. There aren't going to be any jobs besides delivering sex toys to self-isolated wine ants. Why not embrace the inner ethos you've always wanted to be? 60,000 new OnlyFans content creators in March alone. This lockdown has made thoughts more thoughtish than they were before, as if that even should be possible. And for men, why not binge on brain-shrinking soft porn? Why not join the thousands of other cum brains who have cooked iDubbbz?
I love my girlfriend, and I'm totally fine with dudes jacking off to pictures of her on the internet.
Sex work is cool, guys. I don't care if dudes jack off to my girlfriend. She's seeking fulfillment in our relationship. Meanwhile, a hospital worker who said that girls shouldn't trouble already overwhelmed doctors and nurses by visiting the ER for STD treatment was cancelled by a Twitter hate mob who doxed the poor woman and grassed her up to her employer. Ho's mad. You're supposed to clap the NHS, not burden the NHS because you have the clap. That was terrible.
That's how we come. We spreading that shit, the coronavirus. We spreading that shit. And my mama, big ass coronavirus.
Who's scared of coronavirus? Don't touch your mouth.
Hundreds of thousands of people are going to die.
But it's not all bad news.
Now, this is epic.
And aside from all this, the same media that for weeks told us that coronavirus was nothing to worry about is now lecturing everyone else about fake news.
The news did not come from that soup.
Next, you're going to tell me the virus was created at the Wuhan Institute of Virology and escaped the lab.
Drugs have started burning down cell towers because they think 5G caused coronavirus, which is yet another distraction from the one and only true cause of coronavirus.
China.
It's absolutely crucial for you to help me fight the war on free speech by supporting me via Subscribe Star, link in description, and also signing up for my free newsletter at summit.news/newsletter.